This is Havilah's Grants iron ore project, and where we're standing here is pretty well on the centre of the ore body as we presently defined it. And what you see at the surface is this lateritised material. It's actually the iron ore which has been lateritised. So we see this very iron-rich material just sitting on the surface. It's not iron ore, but it's indication of the iron ore below. Now we know from our drilling that this Grants deposit is quite extensive. It extends from that hill over there on the horizon, across the valley, under where we're standing, and then across the next valley to the hill. And that's a distance of about 2 kilometres. Our discovery history at Grants is quite interesting. In fact, we first got onto the idea that there might be iron ore here from these dark patches on the Google image. And we noticed that they strongly resembled the iron ore outcrops and the colour of the rocks that we saw at our earlier Maldorky discovery. Grants is quite a remarkable discovery really, because it forms a large mass of iron ore shaped like the keel of a boat. At its thickest near the centre, it's over 180 metres, and so far our drilling has defined a JORC Inferred Resource of 304 million tonnes at 24% iron. And because of the nature of the iron ore occurrence in this area, we think there's great potential to discover more resources with further drilling. So this is the first hole we drilled at Grants, the discovery hole, and it intersected 100 metres of massive iron ore from the surface. And you can see the chips laid out here in the bags, still here. And this is all iron ore intersection here, and this is very typical. It's very sparkly, hematite-rich iron ore, running about 30% iron. Now, one of the great things about the Grants discovery is the proximity of the railway line. And just over there, about 8 kilometres out across that flat, is the major transcontinental railway line running from Sydney through to Perth. And that railway line, of course, carries the ore from Broken Hill down to Port Pirie. And as far as I know, Grants is the only iron ore discovery in Australia where you can actually see the trains going down the railway line from the discovery hole. I'm standing on the only outcrop of fresh iron ore that we know of at Grants. And in this case, all that glitters is not gold, it's actually hematite. And hematite's one of the primary iron ore minerals. And one of the good things about the Grants iron ore is that it's very soft, and I can show you that. If I take a bit of the typical rock iron ore and I just give it a bit of a milling here with my hammer, you can see how easily it breaks up. Then I give it a bit of fine grinding with my hammer and take the finely ground material and get rid of the coarser stuff, and you'll see what we're left with is actually quite fine, sandy, iron-rich material. Now, in this simple process, we've actually mostly liberated the iron from the gangue, the quartz and the carbonate, and that means that this is very easy to beneficiate by gravity means, simply separating the heavier iron ore grains from the lighter sand grains. So a simple gravity method, jigs and spirals, can actually produce a very high grade concentrate, well over 62% iron. So if you look in the far distance on the horizon, the two low hills, that's actually the Grants iron ore deposit. And it is located right adjacent to the haul road that will be coming up from Maldorky. So any future ore that comes from Grants will be able to put on this same haul road and this same loading loop and be able to transport along the railway here.